So I want to talk about auto insurance in this country. It is not acceptable to be paying over $200 for a vehicle that's from 2013. To me, it's not acceptable. Just a couple of years ago, in 2018, I was paying just a little over $100 for full coverage insurance on a vehicle that was as old as 2003. Because from what I understood, the older the vehicle, the cheaper the insurance, because it is cheaper to replace. So now they have it. See how they bend the rules to justify the wrongdoing. So they ask you your level of education. They ask you your whether you're working or not. They basically, what they want to do is, according to statistics, people who have a lower education level are poorer drivers. So therefore, the person who is basically, the less educated the person, obviously, the less money they make, because they're not going to be able to get a higher paying job, versus the more educated person is going to get a better paying job. According to statistics, the less educated person is more likely to be a poorer driver. This is according to their statistic. So basically what they're saying is that the poorer the person, the poorer the driver, and the more money they have to pay. So the less money you make, the less money you make to bring home, to buy bread and butter with, and milk for your kids or for yourself, you get charged more to drive your older vehicle because that's all that you can afford. So something's not right. Something's not right. Today I called, and I'm not going to mention the name of the insurance company, but today I called my insurance company because my insurance was supposed to come down after 6 months, and it went up. I have not had any traffic violation or any tickets, any accidents, and I've lived here in Alabama since 2009. Not had a ticket, not had a traffic violation or any accidents. I had insurance in 2018, full coverage on my 2003 vehicle. Was paying a little over $100 for full coverage. Didn't have insurance after I sold my car in 2018. I had to sell my car. My license was still active. The state of Alabama knows that. It wasn't revoked because of drinking and driving or because of whatever. It was fully functioning driver's license. I just didn't have a vehicle because I had to sell it due to unemployment, because I don't do illegalities. I'm not going to sell drugs or prostitute myself to pay my apartment. So something had to give. So I did that. I shared that with y'all. And I was able to maintain my apartment until I found another job serving tables. So I know that a lot of people who serve tables are overqualified for the position. And I know a lot of people who serve tables because they love what they do. You know, some people, they don't mind doing that the rest of their lives. Some people, that's a stepping stone. Some people have had to do that so that they're not, quote unquote, unemployed. Whatever the reason is, it's not everybody who's willing to do it. If some of these politicians out there were to have somebody mess their record up in their algorithms and, you know, make a hell out of their lives, I'm pretty sure that they would not turn around and wait tables for a living to put bread and butter on their table. They would figure out a way. So I'm trying to figure out a way that we, the poor people, because they're asking me my marital status, they're asking me my credit score, they're asking me my level of education, all of these things. So basically they're reading you. Oh, this is a poor single woman who has poor credit. They don't care if it's due to unemployment, due to algorithms. They don't care because their algorithms are figuring out how much they're going to charge you. Everything, just like Mr. Snowden talked about, everything is based on algorithms. They can keep you from getting on that train. They can keep you from getting a passport. They can charge you however much they want to charge you for that rent or for that auto insurance or for whatever. So, America, who are you helping? Are you helping the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? The shame on you! The shame on you! Because we're supposed to be helping the poor by genuinely helping them to prosper so that they can save money. If my car insurance told me 6 months ago that my premium would go down, or my monthly payment would go down after 6 months, and it didn't, it went up. And then they said, oh, that's because you didn't put a down payment originally. I'm not buying it. It went up by $30. And then these questions were already asked of me 6 months ago when I called tonight to inquire about that. And they transferred me to another person, then they transferred me to a third person. This third person proceeded to ask me, what is your level of education? What is your marital status? And or you know, basically back to square one. And then she proceeded to tell me she does not practice in the state of Alabama. So if she wasn't able to help me with my insurance coming down, why did she even ask me these questions? And then she proceeded to tell me that because my vehicle is from 2013, that because it is an older car, that's why the insurance is higher, because it's not a newer vehicle with newer features and safer features. That's a bunch of bull hockey. That is backward from a few years ago. Just a couple years ago. So all of these things that they're doing now is basically to make you feel like, hey, you know, you're poor, you're older, and your car's older, and therefore we're going to charge you more. Oh, because that's what the computer has us charge you. Because they cannot think for themselves. They're going by the algorithms in the computer. How much are we going to charge Susan Valerino, and how much we're going to charge Catherine Jones over here? You know, God put me here in this country. He brought me here to this country to protest the entirety of my stay. Because there's a lot of injustices here in America. Basically, the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. It's just like in our countries in Latin America back in the days. People have come here from their country because they said that their governments were milking them. As soon as they find out that you have a business or you have some money, you have a bank account with some X amount of money, the government starts to come over and harass you and try to squeeze money out of you. That's why these people end up coming here from Latin America. From Peru, from Chile, from Ecuador, from Colombia, from Latin America, because that's how they get treated in their countries by the government. That's how they ended up here. Otherwise, they would be in their country. So who is America helping? Are you helping the poor? Because what happens is when people come from Latin America or from anywhere in the world, they don't have a credit score in their countries. America, as far as I'm concerned, besides China, are the countries that really look at the credit score. So you mean to tell me that because somebody is older and poorer and single and unemployed, you're going to charge them more? Oh no. Mr. President, we need to talk. Members of Congress, we need to talk, because all these algorithms in the computer and the insurance companies charging the poorer more because based on their level of education or statistics, according to statistics, you're not a good driver. That's a bunch of bull hockey. I have been here in this state of Alabama since 2009. I've not had a ticket, and I have not been involved in any accidents. A lady totaled my car that I sold, and there was no insurance covering that because I had liability. And it was not reported or anything because it happened in a Walmart parking lot. And the lady who hit me didn't have insurance. And the police officers didn't write a ticket because they said it was a private parking lot. This lady backed up into me, and she was driving a dealership vehicle without a license plate. It had the license plate from the dealership. She was in the process of getting a job, and she was able to drive this dealership vehicle. They still had the dealership. She hadn't insured the car yet. And she backed up into me, totaled my car. I ended up having to sell that car for nothing. Didn't take her to court because what was the point of she told me I don't have a job. I'm going to a job interview here soon, or I'm starting a job. I haven't had time to. I haven't had money to insure my vehicle. She had 3 kids in the car, a brand new infant, and 2 preteen kids. It would have cost me more to take her to court than it would have been to get anything out of her. And so, first of all, I mean, if she couldn't afford to insure her vehicle, how was she going to afford to pay me my damage to my vehicle? So I learned my lesson. Don't just go with liability. You have to be fully insured. So the next vehicle was fully insured. It was 2003, and I was paying. In 2018, I owned a 2003 vehicle. I was paying a little over $100. And now they're charging me over twice as much. At first, they said, oh, you have to pay 6 months because you didn't have insurance between 2018 and 2020. You didn't have insurance for a year and a half. So I said, okay, whatever. So we were paying for 6 months $174. And now it's over $200. And they're telling me that it's because I didn't pay a deposit in the beginning. But it didn't come down. After 6 months, it didn't come down. With a good driving record. No accidents, no tickets, no traffic violation. And I was told that because my vehicle is quote-unquote older, that it doesn't have all the safety features that the new cars do. No, because if something were to happen to my vehicle versus a car that's brand new off the lot, brand new from this year, it's going to cost that insurance company a lot more money to replace that brand new car than it is to replace my car. So I'm not buying that. And the fact that I don't have a college degree does not make me less educated. And the fact that I'm less educated does not make me a poorer driver. And the fact that I am less educated, quote unquote, and unemployed, if I were to be employed, I would probably not have the better paying job as somebody who has a degree, quote unquote. And so you're going to charge the poor person more for insurance? Because according to statistics, they're a poorer driver without looking at their individual driving record? This is a bunch of baloney. This is all based on algorithms. Not right, America.